there's quite a few best practices. They are a lot like steps, right? I think first and foremost, you gotta get close to your own dealership, know your data, and simplify your data. Don't let it get lost. The second step in this is gotta make sure that your leadership team at the dealership all view the metrics the same way. They all agree, and you've sought consensus from that leadership team on what the metrics are that are meaningful to you as a dealership, right? And they're defining them the same way. They're calculating them the same way. They see them the same way. It's important that you seek consensus. It's the only way you're gonna get them all on the same page. Next step is, once you've done that, then comparing that performance in your current state to what that desired state then is. And that is meaningful benchmarks, right? Have benchmarks that are timely in nature, they're not old dated, they're regional in nature. You're not trying to compare your dealership to a dealership in a completely different region of the country. Make sure they're of like size dealerships, you know, that if you've got a smaller store with a smaller volume, you shouldn't be comparing it to a big mega store with a high volume in an urban market. Wouldn't make sense to do that, right? And then obviously, like OEM, I think is critical and important in those benchmarks. And then you've got to identify with your leadership team and agree on the benchmarks and the gaps that you're going to focus on. Make sure that your entire dealership is aligned, that your leadership team all agrees that this is the objective, that these are the things that we're going to improve on. And once you've identified those things and you've got everybody aligned in their focus, creating an action plan. Right? This is where the rubber hits the road. This is where you come up with tactical objectives, and you're going to send your people out with a very clearly defined path that this is what we need to do. This is where we need to improve on or we need to change to drive down margin compression. So clearly define that and create the action plans. And then the last one is track progress. You know, be able to look at it month to month, see how far they've moved and be able to reward that. Make that progress toward your goal very transparent across your leadership team and make people comfortable to talk about it. There's no easy fix to margin compression. Wish there was. There's not. It takes discipline, it takes work, and it just takes a willingness to change.